I'm here with Mark Nelson of Rio Grande, and we're going to talk technique right now. And one of the things that we always find is when we're trying to do projects that we get a little bit intimidated by things like a flex shaft.
Okay.
But you're going to help us to get rid of that. First of all, what is a flex shaft?
A flex shaft is a motorized rotary tool. That's actually the motor is up on a hanger, and the flexible part is the shaft. So it's highly maneuverable.
And what are some of the reasons why we would use something like this as opposed to maybe using one of the handheld type things?
It actually turns out to be a lot easier. A lot of times the hand pieces on the flexible shaft are much skinnier, much like a large marker. And also it's run on a foot pedal like a sewing machine.
Oh, that's good.
So you can go from really, really slow all the way up to about 18,000 RPM.
So you can have minimum power all the way up to maximum power in one object.
Right.
Which is perfect. All right, let's talk about some of the tools and some of the components of the flex shaft.
Okay. There's a lot of different tools for the flex shaft. Most of them polishing and grinding, because that's what we do majority of the time. But there's also carving tools that have big teeth on them. There's drill bits, all kinds of different polishing. There's brass brushes or steel brushes.
All right, let's get to the fun part now.
Okay.
I know you're excited about this. Show us what this baby can do.
Okay.
Now, what's the first thing? Safety, of course.
Safety is definitely first. You definitely want to wear some glasses to protect your eyes. Hair and loose clothing need to be pulled away.
Okay.
It is a rotary tool, and we'll grab thread and hair.
Okay.
Also, you do need a keen sense of awareness and really pay attention to what you're doing.
All right.
It's not uncommon to launch things across the studio.
That's why I'm letting you do it.
So first of all, one of the things I do a lot is carving and shaping and grinding. This is a cast flower, and the white is actually the fine silver that's on the surface. And what I want to do is I want to polish that up and get this ready to put on a necklace.
Okay.
Take a grinding wheel that's on one of these mandrels, and you can simply just start grinding that off.
Boy, is that a lot easier than doing it by hand.
A lot of times, you can't even get a hand tool in there. If you did a file or anything else, you wouldn't be able to get it in there. So you'd start by grinding, mostly, and then you can go to a sandpaper on a...
Okay, I have to make note of how quickly and easily you were able to change the bits on that.
This happens to be a quick change hand piece, and there's several different styles. So you're not limited to just one.
But that was nice and easy.
Oh, yeah. Just very quick work. And you come in and sand it, and then you can change it out again and do like a rubber wheel that has an abrasive in there. This is like the sandpaper.
Just polishing.
Right, and this goes anywhere from coarse to really, really fine. Okay.
Look at that. All right, what's next?
What's next?
This is great.
I use my flex shaft at home a lot for engraving.
Okay.
I can engrave glass using a diamond drill bit. And it's just a little tiny ball with a diamond on the surface.
Okay, we like diamonds.
Good for wearing and cutting.
Exactly.
And I can come in, I can actually draw on glass. And I can carve it or etch it, if you will.
Okay.
If you wanted to drill it or cut it, you can do that with this handpiece as well.
Okay, so
because there's no motor in the handpiece.
Wow.
Like the other types. So you're really good to keep this inside water and drill and cut.
Perfect.
Now, if you want to engrave, let's say, metal, you can use a different type of bit. And I sign a lot of my work this way. We just take a metal bit, and you can almost, once you get practice, this takes a little bit of practice, but you can write your name with that.
Yeah, so what's nice is that you can personalize all the pieces that you make.
Oh yeah, you can also do your tools so nobody else grabs your tools.
Let's see that.
So
See, now you're talking practical.
So you can either carve it into the wood, if you have a wood handle, like there, or you can even do it in the metal part. It'll carve right into steel. This is mine, leave it alone.
Okay, we will not touch your tools there. Okay. All right. No, go ahead,
I'm
I'm sorry.
go.
All right, let's do it.
You can use the same bit to actually carve wood.
So this is all in that same bit?
All in the same bit. You can carve wax, you can carve wood. If you want to carve a lot real fast, you can switch to a larger cutting bit. And this one will really remove material.
Wow.
And create a huge mess. Now let's say if you wanted to create a, let's say a master for metal clay to make a mold from, you can actually carve into wax your own design and then make a mold from that.
Yeah, liking that. Okay, what else do we have?
From there, you can go on to drilling. This is an excellent drill.
Okay.
And because you do have the variable speeds that you can use. And you can take a piece of metal. There again, you can do metal, glass, wood, whatever you need.
And what were you doing just there? Just
This is a lubricant.
Okay.
And you want, anytime you're drilling, you want to use a lubricant. And you can come in and simply just drill.
Okay. Yeah, let's make another one.
Yeah, this is really, the nice thing about it.
Now, is there a limit to the size of the hole that you can make?
Depends on the tools.
Depends on the tools?
Right.
Okay.
So you can even use it to drill in weird places like that.
Oh, so if you wanted to go right in the center there. Okay. So depending on if you have a larger bit, you can actually make a bigger hole if you needed to.
Right. There's a little bit of size limitation. On some of the hand pieces, that's about a 1/4 inch hole. So anything bigger than that, you almost switch to a much bigger drill.
And then we have some of the clay pieces and stuff.
Some of the clay pieces, this is an excellent way to actually finish your clay pieces before you fire. Instead of spending a lot of time with a nail file or hand files that clog up real easily, I can come in and do all the rough work with this. And another nice thing about it is that if you're working in precious metal like silver, you can collect all this dust and actually make your own slip.
You can?
Oh yeah, you definitely want to because you don't want to waste your silver.
Absolutely.
But it creates a really fine dust that you can use for slip. So, and it'll do 80–90% of all the hard work, so you can come in and by hand and do all the easy work.
Okay, so you can do all the stuff as far as like filing and all of that by hand, but it just kind of makes it a little bit easier.
A lot easier, and you're saving a lot of time. So.
All right, what else do we have?
Well, if we switch hand pieces, which is really easy to do, you can just pull it off.
Okay.
And this is a hammer hand piece. And you can do, what this is for mostly is stone setting and texturing.
Okay, show us that.
So if I were to do a bezel set, this has a little hammer. Here's a little called an anvil. And you can come in and actually bezel set, lay down the bezel on the stone without damaging the stone.
See, now that's really interesting.
Yeah. You can use the same hammer piece to do like a hammer texture.
Yes. Perfect.
Like
that was
that.
great. Perfect.
But there's another thing you can do too.
Okay.
It's texture.
We have time for one more.
Okay. This is a pave tip. And this will actually put a bright shine on sparkling.
See, you knew you'd get me with the sparkle. I love the sparkle. Mark, that was so much fun, and let's hope that it helps all of us out there so that when we go out next time, when you think flex shaft, you'll think, I got that.
It's a great tool.
No problem. Thanks so much, Mark.
Thank you.
Well, Katie Hacker is up next.